Let me, let me give myself a little bit more light. That's better. Maybe that's a little bit better. Okay. I guess that lighting is a little bit better. Okay, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I don't want this video to get too long, and I kind of feel like it might get a little bit longer, but I hope everyone is doing okay. I am sorry that I did not promote this like I wanted to. I ended up having to like change the time. So if you're on my email list, then you knew about the time change. If you're not on my email list, then you need to get on my email list. But I have wanted to do just like this video with, I guess, some of the high points from my ebook. I wanted to give you guys a foundation, so to speak, or just like some foundational activities that you can do immediately to start dealing with fibroids. Now, I know there is so much information out there about whether you should be vegan, whether you should go on a carnivore diet, um, how you should be exercising, all these supplements you should be taking. Like, there's just so much information out there. But I think that it is important to really develop just like a foundation and really just develop a foundation before you get too entrenched in, okay, I need to be on this specific diet. I need to be, doing these types of exercises every day. So before you can even do that, there are some foundational things that I think it's important that you start with before you start trying to do all these different things, taking all the supplements, drinking the teas, all that stuff. In my experience and from what I've seen, none of that stuff really works or really works well unless you have a foundational lifestyle that you're living, that you are, practicing daily. Y'all, let me hold on because I feel like, okay, I'm just do that. Okay. So I'm just going to jump right into it, and I'm going to try to remember to put chapters on this video. Hopefully I'll have time to do that at the end before I put it up. So consider this your quick starter guide for managing fibroids. I would say that you can start these activities really in 2 days, like in a weekend. These are things, the way that I'm going to lay it out for you, these are things that you can make this list and you can get this stuff done and get started on your holistic fibroid healing journey within 2 days. So on a weekend. So if you're watching this video this morning, you can get started today. Or maybe even if you are a little bit more crunched for time, maybe it'll take you a week. Maybe you want to do one thing a day or focus on one thing a day. That's fine. But my goal with this is just giving you something that you can get started with today. Now, if you want to a more in-depth explanation of these and a lot of other tips, I do have a ebook called Foundations of Fibroid Management. And so I'm going to link that. It might already be in the description. I don't know if you guys can see the description, but it's I already put that in the description. So that's going to be linked. And you can get that book, and it's going to really go into detail for helping you to overhaul your lifestyle. So let's get started. My first tip is to tackle your stress. Now, I'm going to give you some very uh, actionable items with this, okay? So don't, I'm not just going to leave you with tackling your stress. So, I mentioned it might be kind of surprising that I mentioned stress as like the first thing, but in my opinion, stress is one of the biggest contributors to fibroids. When you are stressed, it's going to impact your digestion, it's going to impact your hormones, it is going to have you not making the best decisions for yourself and your health. So that's why I always start with stress. Even in my ebook, I actually address stress first because I think that that's something that needs to be dealt with, or at least start working on that immediately. So, this is what I want you to do as far as your stress. I want you to make a list of all of the things in your life right now that are causing you stress or grief or, just overall emotional or mental discomfort right now. I want you to really sit down, think about that. I want you to take at least 30 minutes to sit down, make this list. And then after you make that list, I want you to put one thing that you are going to do to either manage or eliminate that stress. Now, we really want to go towards eliminate, but I do get that there are certain circumstances and certain things in life that maybe it makes it more difficult to eliminate that source of stress. But I want you to focus on addressing those things, and after you do this quick start, you're going to really like dive into addressing those things. But really, I want you to be aware. This part of the exercise is going to help you be aware of what is actually going on, what is actually causing you stress. Because sometimes we don't realize how much stress we are carrying or how much of a load we're carrying until we actually physically sit down and write it down on paper, and then it becomes real to us and more urgent to us. So that's why I want you to do that. Okay? And so after you've written down these things, the next thing I want you to do is pick how you are going to manage or again eliminate your stress. So, three things you can do. The first is going to be a therapist or a coach. You can, if that is not in your budget, so there are some more budget friendly ways that you can get a therapist or a coach. um, you can do BetterHelp, Talkspace. I think they have affordable therapy, and sometimes certain insurance plans will actually let you use those services for free. So make sure you look into that with your insurance carrier. Also, I think some schools, some colleges actually do therapy, like they have, as part of the training program for their students, they offer free counseling and therapy. So those are some ways that you can kind of get around the cost of that. But I want you to look into a therapist of the coach. Now, if you've looked into it and you're like, that's just not, I just cannot do that, that is not in my budget, the next thing that I want you, the another thing that you can do is to read books by therapists. So some therapists, especially popular therapists, they have these platforms where they specialize in a thing or topic. Maybe that thing is forgiveness, maybe it's relationship trauma, maybe it is boundaries. So find a therapist, and usually you can search these people on Instagram. You can search those topics on Instagram and find a therapist that specializes in the things that are coming up on your list. So if you are noticing a pattern of boundaries on your list, find a therapist that talks a lot about that in their content, And usually that therapist has written a book or even has a blog or even a YouTube channel. Go watch that therapist, go consume their content. And that's kind of a hack to getting quote unquote free therapy. Even it's not really free therapy, but it can be helpful for you to grasp some of those helpful tidbits until you can afford to go to see a therapist or a counselor. And also, if you're worried about the cost of books, the library is free. Go to your local library. These people's books are typically in libraries. You can buy used books, whatever you need to do. I might actually do like a whole nother video about stress and eliminating and managing stress. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a whole nother video on that. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is to make a list of 5 meals that contain healthy, non-inflammatory ingredients. I don't want you to get in the weeds with this. I don't want you to be worried about um, whether it should be vegan or whether it should be paleo or whatever. I don't want you to worry about that. I just want you to find some recipes on Pinterest that look healthy, find 5 recipes, and I want you to make a list of these 5 meals that you're going to prepare. So over the next week, you are going to prepare these meals. If you need to do your grocery pickup to get the ingredients, whatever you need to do, these are the meals that you're going to prepare. Now, if you want a little shortcut for this, I actually have a meal plan and I'm going to link that. It's already done for you. So, with this part, you can take the shortcut and get my meal plan. If not, just go on Pinterest, find some healthy meals that look good to you. You do want to avoid ingredients like soy, um, um, conventional dairy. You want to try to get the best quality food that you can get when you are making these meals. But the goal here is to really just get you focused on eating nutrient dense foods that don't have so many processed ingredients in them. That is the goal here. So that's why I want you to just stick to 5 meals. I don't care if it's 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 dinners, it doesn't matter. Just pick 5 meals that look good to you, and you're going to start with prepping those this week or preparing those this week. Like I said, in my meal plan, I already have it listed out. There's already tongue tied. There's already a calendar or schedule for you, so it's already done for you, and there is a grocery list, so you don't even have to think about the grocery list part. Like that part is done for you too. The third thing that you are going to do is to write out a workout plan. Now, this tip is really mainly for those people who are more sedentary, that don't really work out at all. This tip is more so for you. If you already have a pretty consistent workout schedule, you can kind of skip over this tip because you already have a consistent workout schedule. Um, but if you don't have a workout schedule, what I want you to do is get you a calendar. I use like a little inexpensive planner that I got from Target, but you can even print out a calendar, you can use Notion. I don't care where you put it. I just want you to write it down. And if you haven't noticed by now, like I'm a big fan of writing things down. I feel like it's easier for your brain to record it, easier for you to remember it. So I'm a big proponent of writing down everything. So I want you to write down a schedule of workouts. Now, not just any workouts, I want these to be something that you enjoy. So maybe you are not a person that really likes to work out. So maybe you haven't had time to find a type of exercise that you enjoy. But I want you to spend the next couple days focusing on finding something that you enjoy. And again, you don't have to spend money to do this. Going for a walk outside, if you live in a place that the weather is nice, going outside for a walk, free. Um, Getting on YouTube, there are so many different types of workouts on YouTube. There's a girl that I follow on YouTube. I think her name is like Grow with Joe, and she has like so many different types of workouts. Any type of workout you can think of, it is on her channel. Even just dancing to gospel music is on her channel. So there is so much. Any type of workout that you think you like, any type of music that you want to hear while you're working out, there's somebody on YouTube doing that workout for you. There's Tai Chi, there's everything on there. There are stretches, like whatever it is. I just want you to find something that you can commit to at least 3 days a week that you enjoy doing. 3 days a week. I want you doing 3 days of intentional movement every week. The next thing I have in my quick start guide is to get good quality supplements. Now, I did a whole nother video on the supplement routine that I use, and I've kind of changed my supplement routine up a little bit. I use a multivitamin. I use Ritual. I can actually link that because I don't think I have that one in the description. But I use Ritual because it's a multivitamin and it has some of the things that I knew I needed. Now, what I don't suggest doing is just randomly taking supplements. I suggest that you go see your primary care physician, go to your annual checkup where they draw your blood so you can see if you have low iron, if you have low vitamin D, because those are pretty common for women with fibroids. Go to your appointment and get so that you can have a specific idea of what supplements you will need for yourself and start there. I don't always recommend taking a multivitamin because everybody doesn't need all these different things. I just started taking one again because I like Ritual. I like that it really does include all of the multi it includes all the vitamins and minerals that we typically need, and it includes the cofactors to go with your vitamin D. So that's just why I prefer that one. But there are lots of great ones out there. Garden of Life, I love their iron one. Whenever I've had really low iron, that's always done the trick for me. I just kind of got tired of taking separate supplements and wanted something that kind of had everything in it. I also take a probiotic by Ritual too, and I don't think I had that in my last video. I think I might have been taking a different type of probiotic then, or maybe I wasn't taking one. But I do enjoy having a probiotic. I really do feel like it makes a difference for me, or that one in particular from Ritual has made a difference for me. But the goal here is to figure out what you specifically need and to make sure you get a some good quality supplements for your specific deficiencies, not just random supplements that people say are good. Just figure out what your specific needs are and supplement accordingly. And again, I talk more about that in my ebook. So, again, if you, all of this stuff that I'm talking about today, I go in a lot more detail in that ebook. The last thing that I want you to do, and I keep glancing down because I have some notes down here, but the last thing that I want you to do is to set a bedtime routine. Set a bedtime and a bedtime routine. And so this is going to be important for you because you need sleep. Like you can't expect your body to fully eliminate, to fully heal itself, to do what it needs to do if you are not getting enough sleep. Now, you don't have to have an elaborate nighttime or bedtime routine. I just want you to have a routine. It can be as simple as take your shower, brush your teeth, and sit in the bed and journal for 5 minutes. Like, it doesn't have to be and a long hour long process. I just want you to get into a habit of signaling your body that it's time to wind down and it's time to go to sleep, to help you sleep better. That's the goal here, is to have a time that you're going to sleep every night and kind of have a process that signals to your brain and your body that, oh, okay, we are going to sleep now. It's time for us to get prepared to shut down. So I hope you found these tips helpful. Again, these are things that you can literally start today. You can start doing all of these today. I'm going to link everything I mentioned in the description of this video. Let me know in the comments what thing that the first thing that you're going to immediately work on. I hope it's the stress stuff. Hope you're working on that first. Also, the link to my ebook is going to be in the description. My meal plan is going to be in the description. I highly recommend getting those two resources. And also, if you've already bought a ebook from me or a meal plan, make sure you leave me a review, or even if you're on my email list, reply. I actually reply back to my emails if you email me. So, and make sure you're on my email list. So, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video.